Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I am back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to supercharge your physical appearance change manifestation. I am actually super excited about this video because not only is it going to help you manifest whatever physical appearance change that you want, but I feel like it's going to address a kind of deeply rooted issue that we as people, especially women, have with our body image. So I'm super excited to get into it. Yeah, let's just do that. Well, before I do, if you're new here, this is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all of that good stuff. So if you're into that, I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. But yeah, let's just hop right in. When you want a physical appearance change, or even when you just want to manifest like a glow up, or even when you just have things on your body that you're just not happy with, what you're actually wanting within that experience is to feel attractive, right? And this sounds like duh, like that's a no brainer, right? But I feel like this just landed on a deeper level for me. And I want to explain it because I feel like it's going to help us so much with actually achieving our goals and also feeling attractive. So, there are many different ways of feeling attractive. And most of us are on like either level one or two. So, I've brought it down to like three general levels. I'm sure there's others, but so the bottom level is when we don't believe that we're attractive. We don't see ourselves as someone who is pretty, but you can still feel attractive at times, even as someone who doesn't naturally really believe that they're a pretty person. So you may wear some clothes that you like, or get your hair cut nice, or lose some weight, or do gain some weight, whatever, to change your appearance. And but you still feel like, if you had to rate yourself 1 to 10, right, you would still rate yourself, I'm a 5 and I'm having a 6 kind of day, basically. Right? So a lot of people are there where they don't even believe that they're attractive, not that they believe that they're ugly, right? But they just don't see themselves as attractive. um, and they feel like they can gain moments of feeling attractive by changing certain things on themselves, right? Now, the next level, level two, is where I feel like most people are, and where I kind of got myself to, which is, I'm pretty attractive, for whatever, right? I'm pretty attractive for my age, or I'm pretty attractive for my, you know, I don't know, race, or I'm pretty attractive. Like, it's like there's still like, yeah, I'm attractive for what I am, but there's still this um standard of what is actually really pretty. Like, what is really attractive, and you are not in that mold, but you found kind of like your own kind of beautiful. Like, I'm beautiful in my own way, and you feel that and everything like that, right? Which is a pretty good place to be in. But what I realized that we really want is to feel gorgeous, right? So when you feel gorgeous, when you feel stunning, if you guys have seen that movie, I Feel Pretty, and in it, Amy Schumer is saying to the other girls, she's a supermodel, and she's like, how does it feel to just be undeniably pretty? That is actually what most of us are looking for in a physical appearance change, in whatever it is that we're trying to do to ourselves, whether that's, changing our body through exercise, or through surgery, or through subliminals, or through whatever. We want, that's the feeling that we're trying to achieve, is that undeniably pretty, not only just to yourself but to others, that you see yourself as attractive and others see yourself as attractive. Now, a lot of times, because of how we are programmed to be, we focus a lot of our attention on what is deemed attractive in society. So we focus a lot on gaining the validation. What can I do to myself to be pretty to other people, right? And that is a trap in itself, because pretty to other people is different for every person. So I talk about this in videos with, the trends of what is seen as attractive, right? Like before, when I was a kid, it was being very slim and very skinny. And then as I got older, it became being thick and shapely and, thick thighs, big butt. And now everybody's on Ozempic and it's back to being thin. And so you can see that if you deem what is attractive for you based off of what's going on in the media, right, then you're never going to really settle at a place of attractiveness. Even if you do what's deemed beautiful in the media, there's still people who don't like that, right? So it's kind of this like carrot on a stick thing of us chasing this idea of pretty that doesn't exist, right? Like there really is no definably pretty, right? It's literally different for everyone. But pretty is actually, if you want to define it, it's actually an aura. It's actually an energy. Because especially with social media, you guys can see social medias where there is someone who looks like an average person and the comments are like, "Oh my god, you're so stunning, she's so pretty, she's so beautiful." And you can see that it's in her essence, it's in her aura, it's in her confidence that exudes off of her and has people perceive someone who maybe doesn't have supermodel features, but perceive them in a supermodel way. You can also see the opposite where there's someone who is really pretty, right? And there's people like dragging them or not, not seeing that they're pretty. So, all right, now let's get back to what I'm talking about with you wanting to feel attractive. So, what you really want is to not just go out, but including go out and attract positive attention. And that I know some people are introverts and they're like, I don't want any attention. I'm an introvert, but it's still a way. You want to feel the energy shift when you walk in a room. You want to feel eyes on you when you walk in a room, right? You want to feel pretty when you walk in a room. But you also, and this is the part that we don't pay attention to, you also want to look in the mirror and feel pretty. And that's the thing that none of us are really thinking about, but what really would solidify prettiness to us is if we could look in the mirror and see ourselves as beautiful, right? See yourself as beautiful. And it's not impossible to do, but it's just literally like I said, because our programming has been on outward attention, on outward validation. We haven't even thought about what we think of ourselves. All we know is that we keep chasing these standards that are out there in society and out there in the world. And even when we meet them, even when you meet the weight goal, or you get the surgery on your face or your body, or you do the thing, you still have that feeling when you look in the mirror at yourself of, but I'm not good enough yet, but I'm not attractive enough yet, but I'm not pretty enough yet, right? And so here's the reason why is because most of the time, when we are trying to change our body, I'm not talking about people who are like, I exercise and eat well for health. I'm talking about, us that are, trying to change our bodies, which there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. We're going to get to how to actually do this with this information. But here's the flaw in it is when we bring this to the law of assumption and we know that the world outside of us, including our body, including our face, our shape, how we look in clothes, how we look in pictures, is actually a reflection of how we feel about ourselves, how attractive we feel, right? If we feel unattractive, and that is the baseline of why we're changing ourselves, right? So we're like, I hate my nose, I'm going to use a subliminal to change my nose, and that's going to make me feel attractive because I feel unattractive. I'm unattractive. So the I am that's expressing is I am unattractive. So even if you use that subliminal and your nose changes, you will still feel that feeling. Then it'll be something else like, oh, I guess I still don't feel pretty. I guess I need to do my eyebrows next. I need to manifest what, thick, thin. I don't even know what's in anymore, right? But I need to manifest a certain shape of eyebrow and then, or a certain bone structure. Like you guys have been into the subliminal world. You can see how, I mean, it's so detailed. Like you can have an angel skull and you're doing all of these things And you're seeking, what you're seeking in all of that, like what you think you're seeking is to just be pretty, right? You're seeking these features because these features will make you pretty. But what you really are seeking is to feel attractive. But where you're coming from, the I am that you're standing in while you're manifesting, a lot of times is I am unattractive. I'm not attractive. And so what's being reflected back to you is I'm unattractive no matter how gorgeous you are. I can bet you money. Whoever's watching this, you're probably already a gorgeous, beautiful, baddie woman. I just know it. But how you view yourself, right? Do you actually view yourself as attractive, right? Would you say that you are an attractive person, that you're fine, that you're sexy, that you're gorgeous? And maybe is it like, oh, I'm attractive in my face, but my body, or is it my body looks good, but my face doesn't look good? Like, do you actually identify as an attractive person, right? As someone who looks in the mirror and is in awe and is just in love with her reflection. That is the feeling that we actually want to feel, right? Okay. So, this is why, like I said, the feeling of I am is expressing. So, when you're doing all of those changes and either things change or they don't, but you still feel the same, it's because of that I am, right? All right. Now, here's what I want you to do. And I did this. I did this last night for the first night. And I woke up and my SP was like I went into his office when I got up and I was like sitting on his lap and he's like, you look really pretty. He's like, how like he's like, what did you do? Like you look really, really like prettier than usual because we always compliment each other like thousands of times a day. I don't know why my cat is doing parkour while I'm recording, but we always compliment each other and talk about how attractive each other is. But he was just like, you look even more pretty. And I kind of forgot that I did that last night. So I was like, maybe it's my lashes because I got my lashes done, or I did my lashes, but my lashes have been done for days. And he was like, no, he was like, it's like your skin, like you look like you have makeup on. Did you put makeup on? And I'm like, no, like I just got up. I didn't even wash my face. Right. But I'm saying that to say, like, this works fast, okay? Because truthfully, I don't feel like I look any different, right? I don't look any different, but it's a feeling, and that feeling exudes and makes people see you different and makes you see yourself differently. Because, like I said, the problem, let me just tell you this, whoever you are, you're beautiful. The problem is not how you look. And I know how much we can be convinced that it is that. Like, no, it is how I look. I'm just not attractive. It's not how you look. You can like you can look exactly how you look and still be very, very, very attractive, okay? Um, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to take on the state of a 10 out of 10. Okay? I want you to close your eyes right now. And what if I was, right? This is my favorite way to get into states. What if I was? Don't try and say, well, yeah, this would be different on me and that would be different. And I wouldn't look like this at all if I was a 10. I want you to not condition it on what you look like. I want you to just pretend, right? Whoever you think is super sexy, like pretend like you just look as good as they look right now. Close your eyes and feel into what if I was a 10 out of 10? What if I was stunning? What if I looked in the mirror? Like, I want you to create a sat scene. This is optional, but when you're doing your sat scene or your affirmations, but I'm going to stick to visualization, okay? When you're doing your visualization of seeing yourself with whatever appearance change that you want, I want you to take on the feeling of feeling attractive, okay? So a lot of times we're just like focused on, okay, I'm going to see my body looking like this or my face looking like that or whatever looking like this. But I want you to feel yourself admiring yourself, right? So whatever it is, not just whatever the physical appearance change, but of course include it, but admiring yourself as a whole, looking at yourself like, damn, like you're blown away by your beauty. And I want you to fall asleep in that state. You don't even have to do a sat scene. Like for those of you who's like, I can't visualize, you can just feel that feeling. What if I were though? What if I was a 10 out of 10? What if I got dressed and I always felt amazingly attractive, stunning, gorgeous to myself and to others? It's interesting because I've been playing with the state of doing nothing and receiving everything. And when you think about pretty privilege, it's the same thing. It's that same energy of it's like a feeling of like worthiness. It's a feeling of like deservingness. And I know that worthiness and deservingness is not at all, tied to how you look, but there's something about you accepting yourself as beautiful, not just beautiful though, stunning, a 10 out of 10 that puts you in this like queen, princess, attractive energy as well, right? So feeling attractive on the outside also makes you feel magnetic and attractive to even your other manifestations as well. So that's what I want you guys to do. Play with this state, right? Before you go somewhere, before you go to the grocery store, start maybe there, or you go to the bar, come into the state of what if I was a 10 out of 10? Not hinging it on, oh, I got to change these things to meet this standard that literally doesn't exist. But what if I was a 10 out of 10? What if everybody just the glasses that they put on have them see me as a 10 out of 10? What if I saw myself as a 10 out of 10? Walk in that state, fall asleep in that state. And I can't wait to hear your success stories. So I'm intending that this prospers you immensely. I'm intending that you feel beautiful because you are and you deserve to feel beautiful. And it's going to give you everything that you want. You deserve to feel attractive, fine, bad, gorgeous, all of that. And you are. So I'm sending you guys infinite love, and I will see you guys in a video soon.